That's crazy because I probably. So what's wild is that I just made a whole video that wasn't recorded, and that shit is hilarious. But this shit is so important that I gotta go right back because it's vital that I share this information as soon as possible, right? So let me rewind. I don't know you guys personally, you know what I'm saying? You don't know me, some of you might, you know what I'm saying? But for those of you who don't, I tend to have a overstanding of what's going on around me because I pay attention to the small details and the patterns and the designs, you feel me? I ain't saying I'm better than different than nobody else, I'm just telling you about myself, you know what I'm saying? So now that we got that out the way, let's get to the important part. So the New Jersey law enforcement are violating your rights as well as my own, and I can prove it. And they've been doing it with impunity, using tactics that are little known to people like myself. But because I noticed that I was being subjected to a certain level of scrutiny, over surveillance, intrusions on my home, which amounts to civil intrusions, civil liberties violations, you know what I'm saying? Which is what it's all about because it's your privacy that's being violated. And I'm going to get to how in a second. For the last 2.5 years, I've been documenting and recording as much information as I can on the abusive tactics of law enforcement as it relates to myself and the people around me, which was brought to my attention when I had attended a number of the protests the last few years, you know what I'm saying? And I've never been, you know what I'm saying, like in my close to 40 years on earth, I have never been in the midst of a protest, you know what I'm saying? And I've never been in the midst of a uprising, which I thought was going to amount to our people getting some change accomplished, which totally didn't happen. But being in and seeing like not only the reaction to law enforcement to the protesters, but like not only seeing it for my own eyes in my own area where I was at, but seeing it on the media and etc. Like it lit something up in me. You feel me? Because I had already branded my brand as Fuck 12, the abuse of authority. That's my brand. I've been selling T-shirts and designing clothes with that brand for the last 3.5 years now. You know what I'm saying? And it's an exclusive brand. It ain't for everybody, so you might not see it on everybody. But select a few people that have chosen to support and that I have felt that were, I guess eligible. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't fit the description. Because this is a protest line. If you're not willing to protest for the everyday rights of people, you know what I'm saying, the basic humanity rights of people, then I can't rock with you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a problem with the way things are on a basic level, when a motherfucker could work 60 hours a week and can't still feed their family and pay their bills and shit, when all of the expenses can go up, but the amount of money that they gotta pay you, the minimum wage gotta go up by pennies. Like if you're comfortable with that being that way, then this line ain't for you. But I'm on something else, so we're gonna keep it on topic. You feel me? My line is just a testament of what I've been on for the last 3 years. You feel me? And more than that, but just in purposes of like presenting it to the public. Like it's an unapologetic protest, man, because the violations are unapologetic. You know what I'm saying? And the basic human rights aspects of things that exist seems to be lost on so many. It's like, why isn't it common sense that you shouldn't kill unarmed black men? Why isn't it common sense that you shouldn't punch females in the face while you're arresting them, especially women of color? But I'm talking about females in general, like, because I relate to the struggle of my own more than anybody else, so don't take no offense. But I just saw a video of police officers, and I can't recall exactly where it was at, but I just saw a video of police officers pummeling a woman while she was being arrested, I guess, or detained. And they don't really explain like the circumstances as far as like what led to her being even in the encounter with the police. But from the video I saw, one of her hands was being held. The guy was trying to get her other hand, and then he just started punching her in the face. Now, if that isn't common sense, I don't know what the fuck is going on around us. Now, the reason for this series of videos and this documentary is because I've noticed that there is a great level of electronic manipulation taking place, which is amounting to a violation of your privacy because it's being done by a mass spectrum. And I'm pretty sure, like, I'm going to assume that everybody knows what a Stingray and a Hellstorm is. I'm going to assume that you know what these devices are and how they're used, because you know everything else. You concerned with everything else. You concerned with everybody else's business. So I'm sure you're concerned with the business of yourself, which entails that law enforcement have a device called the Stingray, or a cell tower simulator, right, that can receive all of your cell phone and electronic media, data, etc. without a warrant, without you knowing. They can manipulate it, etc. And this is not a motherfucking myth. This is something I can prove. They have been having seminars on the capabilities of these devices that are exclusively sold to law enforcement since the early 2000s. That was the earliest seminar that I saw and that I watched on these devices that are being developed by these exclusive technology companies that exclusively send them to or sell them to law enforcement, right? Now, these devices are not regulated in this country. They're not regulated to the degree that everybody is on a one accord with the use of it, the parameters, etc. Because the potential of these devices' capabilities are so far reaching in their ability to intrude on the privacy of American citizens without their knowledge, because it is so vast, right? This should be something that is immediately regulated. Now, there's a bill up right now on the issue, you feel me? But I've personally been subjected to this device on an extreme level. And not only have I been subjected to the device, but I've been subjected to all of the behavior that come along with it. Meaning, they've been intruding on my home premises. They've been in my vehicles without warrants. They have been taking the impunity that comes with using this device, which allows them to catch all of the traffic to your cell phone without you knowing it. Can manipulate it, reroute it, read it, all of that, all of the above. They track you, record you. They could clone your phone without getting a hold of your phone, pretty much, to put it in like the simplest terms. Meaning, whatever happens on your phone, they can be aware of without you even knowing. Now, that is a great violation of your constitutional rights. And if you don't believe me, just stay tuned, because I'm going to prove this shit. I'm going to prove it with evidence, not opinions, not assumptions, hypotheticals. I got factual basis. I got video evidence. I got video proof of my home security system being manipulated, where when I'm looking at it on my phone, I am seeing the front of my home. But when I look out the window, there is a totally different picture. Like, I'll be looking at my phone and I can hear the cars going by, because where I am is so quiet, and my bedroom is facing the street and my windows are usually open. So if I check my phone and I'm looking at my camera to see who's in front of my house, and I hear a car go past and another car go past, and my street is a one-way street anyway, but I got two cars go by, I should be seeing that on my phone, but I'm not seeing it on my phone. But my phone is like responding as if it's showing me and displaying my home security system. You know what I'm saying? And then with the system, like, okay, I had some media erased from my phone. You know what I'm saying? Remotely. Somehow some media that I just had took was erased from my phone. My Verizon Cloud backup was turned off without me even knowing it. So the video that I needed to prove my innocence in a situation which is irrelevant, which I'm fighting in court right now because I was in a hospital with a 104-degree temperature with COVID, and they racially discriminated against me and then try to lie and say that I threatened the nurse in order to justify that. They didn't know that I was recording the whole time. And somehow, when I was incarcerated, before my fiance got a hold of my phone, because I was telling her, you know, I'm on the phone telling her about, yo, I got the video on the phone, When she get the phone back, phone is now factory reset. Now, even though the phone was factory reset, my shit should have been backed up on the media, the cloud, right? The cloud, Verizon cloud, because I'm being charged for it every month. You know what I'm saying? But yet, there's nothing there backed up since September. You know what I'm saying? And not only is there nothing back in the cloud, there's nothing in the trash, which is where recently deleted files would be from your phone. So, say for instance, you turn your phone off without backing it up, etc., etc. You have a trash bin that you can go in and access shit before it's deleted within 30 days. I was arrested for 12 days, came home, got to my phone, I'm on there talking to Verizon like 12 fucking days straight, and the information that I got from Verizon is what led me to look further into the electronic manipulation, etc., etc. I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to present that later on. I mean, I got to put it all together real nicely, because I'm hoping that this shit go to Netflix or something, and I get a couple dollars or something for exposing this abuse of civil liberties, like on such a great level in the state of New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an activist, you know what I mean, amongst a lot of things, you know what I mean, and this is my form of activism. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to inform my people about what's going on so that they can empower themselves, because knowledge is power. Now, I'm gonna do my part and give you the information. What you do with it is up to you. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it helps you and you can protect yours and yourself. And stay dangerous out that bitch in the meantime, man. You already know.